Hey guys, welcome to the new studio. Look at this, would you? I am using a brand new studio software in the office. So I have the green screen going, I have the mic, I have the camera, I have the light. As you can see reflected in my glasses there. We're going to talk today about banking in Sri Lanka. What is banking like in Sri Lanka today in 2023? What am I doing and how can you guys take advantage of it? We'll talk about that. We'll see you on the other side. So, let's get into the story. First of all, I want to thank everyone for watching, liking, sharing, commenting. Please, if you're not a subscriber, just click the subscribe or do me a favor, click the like button. That will really help my channel get out there to everybody else. I'm not really doing this for anything but to help people. So if you want to do that, please help me. I really greatly appreciate the love. Join me, why don't you, on my Discord server, join a membership, or hit me up on Sunday afternoons for my live stream where we get together and hang out and talk. You can ask me any questions you want. I am Sri Lankan Sammi. You guys may have known me as Itaewon Sammi in the past, or Salmon Supik, because I have been living in Korea for 14 years. And the last 6 months of 2023, I was living in the Philippines for 6 months. But I'm back in Sri Lanka. I'm a Sri Lankan citizen, and I've semi-retired here in Sri Lanka. So today I'm going to talk to you about banking. It's very important is banking, because being involved in a bank, you need that, okay? Now in the Philippines, you don't really need it because it's a cash-based society. Sri Lanka is 50-50. South Korea, unfortunately, it's not unfortunately, fortunately, is a digital society. They don't use cash. In some places, like traditional markets, yeah, you use cash. But in Sri Lanka is 50-50. Most of my 90% of my bills, so grocery shopping, online shopping, um, internet, cell phone, all of those bills I can pay online. And I pay with credit card. So I'm going to explain a little bit. I earn money in South Korea. I have a South Korean visa, work visa, so it allows me to earn money in South Korea at a much higher rate, like level, and spend at a low level in Sri Lanka. So I get to save 90% of my income, which is going into savings, and I'll tell you why in a moment. I'm going to list them probably right here for you, okay? So because I don't earn income in Sri Lanka, I don't need to pay bills in Sri Lanka because and then convert it to local currency. Now, if I need to do that, which I do sometimes because I'm transferring money here, and I'll tell you why in a moment, I opened up a US dollar account in Sri Lanka. I opened up a US dollar account in Korea. And online, I will transfer Korean won to my US dollar account in Korea. Then I will international bank transfer from my US dollar account in South Korea to my US dollar account in Sri Lanka. I don't pay conversion charges. And because I have a premium account, I pay low fees. Then I transfer that as needed into Sri Lankan rupees and I invest it. Right now, as of July 2023, Sri Lanka has been going through 1 year of IMF. And what does that mean? International Monetary Fund. Sri Lanka, as most people may or may not have heard, has defaulted on its international loans and is in technically bankrupt. But they have received IMF funding. So they've received the money and it's going through, things are getting better. But originally, interest rates were at 26%. Inflation was high. That doesn't really bother me because I import money. But at 26% interest on your savings, that's quite a chunk of money. So I've invested money in a fixed deposit, no fee, fixed deposit in the bank. Now it's protected to a certain level, but I don't remember how much, but the banks are okay. I'm not worried about that. So 26% for 1 year. That was incredible. That was a year ago. Now the rates have come down and they're much less attractive. So let's just go through the rates right now. So HNB Finance Company, which is a subsidiary of HNB Bank in Sri Lanka, is offering one of the best rates for 3 months at 15.87%. Okay, and that's on maturity, 3 months. The 1 year is 13%. 13% is still nothing to sneeze at. That is the highest rate you're going to get for the longest. So it's anywhere from 11.15 to 13. Okay, so 1 year, 2 year, 9 months, 7 months, 6 months, 4 months. But the best is 3 months at 15.87. And the term 1 year is 13%. 13% is really good for 1 year. Another finance company called CBC Finance is offering equivalent rates, 3 months at 15.87 and 1 year at 13.24. So just a tiny little bit better. And those are, no, sorry, those are senior rates. Let me go back. 3 months, yeah, 15.87 and 1 year at 12.68. So a little less. Oh no, I'm sorry. I gotta look at these better. I haven't been looking at these in a while. So exactly the same, 13%. You can get 60 months at 10.5%. Again, which is really good if you have a large sum of money and can put it away for that. You can do interest paid annually or interest paid at maturity or interest paid monthly between 9.38 and 10.53. And then my bank, which is an actual bank, commercial bank, they're offering a little less. The highest rate they're offering is 12.55 for 3 months, and their 1 year is best rate 9.5. Okay, whether doesn't matter where it's interest at maturity, interest monthly. Their 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year are all 9.5. So there's no difference. As I've spoken to you guys before about this, is that I am putting money in the bank here from South Korea and growing that capital. And once I reach a certain amount where I'm earning interest that can pay for my life here, plus travel, then I'll quit working. So it should be less than a year for that to happen. The second thing is, now how do I pay bills and things like that? So I use a Korean credit card to pay for my bill, pay for everything. So my cell phone, my internet, and my shopping. Food shopping and online shopping. I use my credit card, my Korean credit card, and then I pay it in South Korea, which is the easiest way to do it. Okay, I don't have to transfer money. I pay a tiny fee in the conversion with the credit card company, but I set it up. It's a no-fee international card. I set it up before I left. The second thing I did is if I need cash to pay for things like taxi or whatever, roadside food stands or whatever, is I set up, like I said just earlier, I set up a US dollar account in Korea, and that has a card that is attached to that account. And what I do is I go to the ATM and I withdraw from that US dollar account using that card, which is a no-fee card, which I set up with my bank. I asked them, this is what I want to do, and they said, this is how you do it. I set it up with them, and that has a no-fee, low-fee ATM fee, and the exchange rate is positive for me because I'm a long-term customer of the bank. And then I withdraw at local rates. That's the thing. You use the local rate exchange, or whatever. Not the ATM exchange rate, the bank rate, or I can't remember. You guys Google that. When it asks you, do you want to withdraw? How to withdraw the money? Yeah, there's a trick. I can't remember what it is, but it's you don't use their rate. You use the local rate. Okay, then you get a better exchange rate. And then I take cash out as I need it from that account. So I don't have cash in my savings account here or my debit account here in Sri Lanka. It's all in fixed deposit or back in South Korea. Now the other thing is I pay, starting now in July, all Sri Lankans pay 5% tax on all income, even interest income. So I made, for example, I was just looking at my bank account. I had 100 rupee interest on my savings account. 100 rupees, which is like $3. And they took 5% off of that. So they put the money in and then they withdraw the tax automatically. So because I was looking, what is this tax charge? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's the 5%. Because I just saw it. It was 2 rupees or something like, 20 rupees on 100. Is it 20 rupees on 100? I can't remember, but it was 5%. It worked out to be 5%. So what else? That's what I do with banking. I can't get a credit card here, or I haven't really applied for one. I'm being told that because of my age and because I don't have a credit score, I won't be able to get a credit card. But if I wanted a credit card, I could get a secured credit card, I've been told by my bank. So I put in a certain amount of money and they give me a secured credit card, which I will probably end up doing eventually, getting a local credit card. Because again, in about 2 or 3 years, I won't be able to use my Korean credit card anymore. I will need a local credit card. So I'll have to do that eventually. Other than that, those are the banking tips and tricks. I use Commercial Bank. That's the one I use. There are a few other ones that are big, but Commercial is the one that I use because there's a local branch here. It's where my mom banks at, and also where she knows the manager, so we get treated, we get taken care of there. She just has to make a phone call to him and he takes care of everything. There is a rumor, still unsubstantiated. I can't find any information on it, but Sri Lanka loves to work on its rumors. And the rumors are always like the worst case scenario. It's hilarious how funny these rumors get started, and how they spread, and they never come to fruition. Never. In the 18 months I've lived here, out of the 18 months I've lived here, I've been here 12 months. So when I was here last year, the rumors during the crisis were hilarious. So the latest rumor is that as of August 1st, which is, I'm doing this on July 28th, so it's only 3 days away, is that the government is going to arbitrarily reduce all interest rates to 1 digit. So they'll restrict the banks and finance companies from offering any interest rate higher than 1 digit. So 9.99% is the most that they can offer. Which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion, because it's not a capitalist market. You can't force that. You can make prime rate a certain rate, but you can't force the banks to offer less than what the going rate is, because it'll cause problems in the economy. I'm not a economist, but I know you can't really, I don't think it's financially responsible to do something like that. Otherwise, all governments would do it, and you don't see them doing it. Now, again, I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything in the news, and it's 3 days away, and it's a weekend now. August 1st is Tuesday. So, you know, the banks aren't even open today. So there's no news. What are they going to do it on Monday? And then there's going to be a huge problem at the banks. I don't see it happening. So I'll report back on that later. So other than that, if you guys have any questions or comments, post it below, please. Thank you. All right. I really appreciate you watching right through to the end. If you have any questions on banking or anything like that, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer for you. I'll see you guys on Sundays, and I ask you, please. Oh, you can't see it. I'm wearing a brace because my arm is sore. I have tattooed on my arm here. Learn to live life. Don't let life live you. Please take care of each other. I'm Sri Lankan Sammi. I am out.